I'm Laura Weymouth, author of A Rush of Wings. This is my trusty assistant, Fred, and we're here to tell you 5 reasons to be riveted by A Rush of Wings. My first reason that I think you'll be riveted by A Rush of Wings is that this is an absolutely beautifully packaged book. It looks beautiful with its jacket on, and it looks beautiful with the jacket off. The jacket and the book itself kind of represent my main character Rowena's journey to self-awareness throughout the book, which I think is a really cool feature. The art was created by fabulous artist Kim Ekdahl. You can follow her on Twitter and Instagram, where her handle is pinktofu_art. I think she just did an incredible job portraying Rowena and the swans that are her companions throughout the story. The second reason that I think you will be riveted by A Rush of Wings is that it is a fairy tale retelling. It's a retelling of the classic story of the wild swans, which some of you may be familiar with. It's not one of the more popular fairy tales like Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast, but it's one that I've loved ever since I was a little girl. It involves Rowena, who in the original story is called Eliza, and her brothers, and in the case of my story, also a love interest. And the brothers and the love interest are cursed and turned into swans, and Rowena loses her voice for much of the story. So this is a story about agency. It is a story about the power to overcome curses, and it's a story about family and her relationship with them. It's about loyalty, and it's about the lengths that she'll go to in order to see those that she loves safe and well. The third reason that I think you'll be riveted by A Rush of Wings, thank you, Fred, is that there are a lot of good boys in this book. There really are. That's kind of one of my specialties if you've read any of my previous books. But Rowena has 3 brothers in this story. In the original stories, she has either 11 or 7, which was way too many boys to keep track of. So I pared down the number of good boys. She has an elder brother, Liam, who's training to be a priest. The brother closest to her in age is Duncan, who works on a fishing boat with their father. And her youngest brother is Finn. But Rowena also has a love interest, Gawain, who ends up shipwrecked near their home and who gets caught up in the family curse and who is also turned into a swan, as well as Rowena's brothers. The fourth reason that I think you will love A Rush of Wings is the Scottish folklore that I've incorporated into the story. I incorporated some of the lore surrounding Scottish wise women, who are sort of witch-like figures within Scottish folklore. Rowena turns out to be one of those. There are also sea monsters in the book. Oh, they were my absolute favorite part of the book to write. There are these creatures called fuas, which are tricksy, cunning, unpredictable, deceptive sort of fae creatures, which is my favorite embodiment of the fae within folklore and history, is when you really don't know what you're going to get from them. So I've got that as an aspect in this story. And the fifth reason that I think that you'll love A Rush of Wings is the history that I've worked into it. For anyone who's read any of my previous books, I do write historical fantasy. So this is set in the mid-1700s, around the time of the Jacobite Rebellion. If anyone has watched or read Outlander, you'll recognize that time period. But it's set around then. I have changed some of the events and history in order to weave in magic and fantasy to that timeline. But you'll recognize some of the actual events and places. You'll recognize Dramassi Moor. You'll recognize the city of Inverness. And all in all, I think that this is a riveting read and that you'll really enjoy it. And I think that Fred thinks so too, don't you, buddy? Yeah. So anyway, pick it up. Every purchase that you make will buy a biscuit for Fred. Thanks. Bye, everyone.